Why hello there everybody. We have some awesome news today, but first off, this is Grant No. It's been a while since I've recorded something actually, but it's good to be doing something after this amount of time, and I'm happy to be here. So, if we're checking this out today, I'm on the Unreal site. If you're needing help navigating there, I have the link up at the top, of course, in the address bar. But we're just going to look around real quick because there is a huge announcement with Unreal Engine 4 that has come along here. You can see this says here, it's a little bit hard to see on the white text, but awesome orange highlight. If you love something, set it free. So what does that mean? Well, they explain it here. Unreal Engine is now free. Free for game development, free for virtual reality, free for education, free for architecture, free for film. All in all, it is free. Of course, there's a 5% royalty on games and applications you release. We succeed when you succeed. But for all intents and purposes, Unreal Engine is now free. And for as far as I know, that is for the rest of eternity. So that's pretty cool. So I'd imagine you probably want to get your hands on this, unless you have no idea what Unreal Engine is, but it sounds kind of familiar. What is Unreal Engine? Well, if you've played Infinity Blade or other games that are of course made on Unreal Engine, you probably noticed Unreal kind of flashing in the startup screen, and that is because it is the game engine that all of these awesome games are created on. So you can even see in the background here these awesome visuals, and you know, those are all things that are supported by Unreal Engine. So we can applaud them for how beautiful Infinity Blade is, all three of those games. So thank you, Unreal. So I'm just going to kind of walk through how to download this today, and we'll check it out. We'll go through the process. But you can see here that this, you know, just on their website they have a ton of resources and an explanation of what Unreal exactly is. But if you go up here to the Learn tab, there's documentation and video tutorials and things like that, just kind of furthering your expertise of the engine if you're really wanting to get into it. So we're going to click the Get Unreal button. Hope it doesn't make me Unreal, it just gives us Unreal. So I'm going to go through this process, and then I'll turn the video back on as soon as I'm finished. Okay, so check it out. I just signed in, or rather I registered. So as soon as I register, you get this screen, or you should get this screen, and you just want to be sure to check that button, read that entire end user license agreement. If you don't, Unreal cops will come after you. Hit accept, and now you would hit either download. I hit Mac, download for Mac, so we'll do that. See what magic happens now. Yes, okay. Epic Games Launcher. I will keep that name for now. We're going to save it to the desktop. You might be surprised about how quickly that's going, but that's not the engine itself. Okay, so that should be on my desktop now, theoretically. Okay, there we go. Let's open that up. Bada bing. So theoretically, we would drag this Epic Games Launcher to applications, but since I've already done this once before, I'm not going to do that. I believe what happened last time I did this is I launched Epic Games Launcher from the applications folder, and then it asked me to sign in. And then once you sign in, it throws this up on the screen. I've enlarged it to make it the size of, or mostly the full size of the screen there. And I believe what happened when I launched this is this did not have a launch button. This had like a download button for Unreal Engine 4. So normally you just click that. I don't think it's on any other tabs. I think it's, yeah, it's visible everywhere. Okay. So you would just go here, click this. I believe it's just download Unreal Engine 4 or something like that. It might also be visible here on the library tab. But you would go ahead and download that. That's going to take a little bit of time. Especially depending upon your internet speed, but then after that it should be ready to go, and you'd hit launch. That'll take a moment. There it goes. UE4 editor. Initializing. While it's doing that, we're going to open this up real quick. Okay. Allow network connections. Alright, so it's given me this warning here, CPU performance warning, and I'll kind of like go into this again in a second. For best performance, a quad-core Intel or AMD processor, 2.5 gigahertz or faster is recommended. I let it keep showing me to remind me that when I get a better computer, I better have one with those specifications. So I'll uncheck that and say OK. It'll finish loading up. And that's why I opened this a moment ago, the About This Mac. I have a bit of an older generation Mac. You can see it's from early 2011. And honestly, Unreal runs pretty slow on my Mac. So I'm thinking the editing would be better probably either on a PC with a better processor. Probably a better graphics card too would be helpful when you're testing your game out. Or just a Mac with better specs, because mine's pretty old. So it launches this Unreal Project Browser. You could make a new project. You could open an old project if you have an old project. But that's basically how you get started. So you could start with third person or something like that, and change some settings around, rename it, destination, and create a project. That's about it. Those are the basics. Getting started with the Unreal Editor, which is now free, which is awesome. Super excited about that. Stoked and hoping I'll be able to find time to pick up some tricks about the editor. Alright, thanks for listening. Take care.